Imagine turning your website, or even a brand new one, into a digital product store today. Not in weeks, not in days, but today. With the right tools and some simple steps, I'm going to show you how to use easy digital downloads to get your first digital product live and ready to sell on your WordPress site. But first, let's cover one of the biggest barriers that most people face, a thing that stops people in their tracks and prevents them from earning more from their site. What to sell. Everyone has either a passion, business, or is good at something. And with that, you already have something that someone else wants. And that's your knowledge. All you have to do is find a way of turning that knowledge into products. Most successful digital products solve a problem for the buyer. And essentially these fall into saving time, saving money, developing skills, and convenience. The more of these a product covers, the more valuable it is to your customer. The best thing to do is to think about some of the problems you've faced in an area that you've got a good amount of knowledge in, and then create a list of those problems. Once you've got that list in place, you can then look at how to solve those problems using digital products. Now, digital products come in many different forms, like ebooks, templates, online courses, exclusive content, digital art, music, software, and plugins. The type of products you'll need to create is completely dependent on your individual list, but there are some great tools out there, such as Canva, that can help you design things like ebooks, templates, and more. If you're struggling with what digital products to create and how to create them, I've written an AI prompt that you can use to help get ideas flowing. All you need to do is click on the link in the description, copy the prompt, and then head to ChatGPT, paste in the prompt, and put in your details. It's completely free to use and it should give you a good starting point. Once you've got your products, the next step is to get them on your WordPress site, and for that we're going to be using easy digital downloads. It's super easy to use, especially for beginners, and in a couple of clicks we can have a product up live on your site and ready to sell. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is log into our WordPress website. Now, as you can see, I've logged into this website right here. It is a demo website and we've used the Astra theme, as you can see it right here, and in plugins, we also used the starter templates plugin to create a website with content, with images, that's a believable website that could be used as a website that someone wants to add digital products to. So I'm just going to show you what the website looks like by clicking on the name up here. And this design comes straight from starter templates. I haven't changed anything at all. I haven't added anything to it. As you can see, it's got content, it's got images, but it doesn't have an e-commerce side of the website yet. And that's where easy digital downloads come in. So we're just going to go back to the back end of the site. And the first thing we're going to do is add the Easy Digital Downloads plugin. I'm going to add the free version of Easy Digital Downloads, which comes with some fantastic features, enough to get you started, up and running in no time at all. So to do that, we're going to go down to plugins here, and then we're hovering over plugins, and we're going to click on Add New Plugin. We're then going to click on the search bar over here on the right and type Easy Digital Downloads. As you can see, this is the Easy Digital Downloads plugin here. It's got 50,000 active installs. It's got 4.5 stars. It's a fantastic plugin, lots of features. By far the easiest way to start selling digital products on your site. So now click the Install Now button. And the plugin is now going to be installed on your WordPress site. And once it's installed, just click the Activate button to activate it on the site. Now the plugin's been activated, we can see that it's in our plugins list right here, but you usually see a screen with a green button on it, and that'll take you to the setup wizard. But we can easily get to the setup wizard from here, and I'll show you how to do that by clicking on downloads and then going to setup. And here we are on the Easy Digital Downloads setup wizard. And what this setup wizard is going to allow us to do is get set up as quickly as possible in the fewest steps possible as well. So there's 5 steps that you can see here. We're going to go through each one of those and we're going to fill in some information, and hopefully by the end of this we will add our first product in the step 5. For step 1, we need to tell Easy Digital Downloads a little bit about our business. I'm just going to scroll down, and the first thing to do is to enter your business name, then select your business type from the drop down. You can either select an individual or company. Then below that, you can add your business address and business details. I totally encourage you to do this and make sure it's correct, because this is one of the points where this address might appear on one of the invoices if you use the invoicing plugin from EDD, but also having the correct address also instills trust in your business from your customer's point of view as well. So I'm just going to quickly enter the details I need right here. Once you've entered your business address, just select your business country from the drop down like this. You can type in the search bar to search for it as well. And do the same for your business region. Below that, you get to then choose the currency that you want to use in your digital store. I'm going to stick with the US dollar, but you can click on the drop down and choose any other currency that you want. Then you can choose to change any of the currency position, thousand separator and decimal separator if you want as well. I'm going to leave them as they are. I'm going to click on save and continue. Okay, so now we're in step 2. So Stripe is an amazing payment gateway. It's easy to use and it's super easy to connect to EDD. So you can either use an existing Stripe account if you already have one, or you can set up a Stripe account in this process as well. So the first thing to do is to click on the Connect with Stripe button right there. And that's now brought us through to Stripe. And all we need to do is to enter the email address we either have for an existing Stripe account or we want to use to create a new Stripe account. So you're going to go through several steps here, a verification, and then Stripe will then take you back to your WordPress site. Okay, so now we've been through the verification process and we've successfully connected our account to Stripe. You should see the details down here on this page. You can now move to the next step by scrolling down and clicking on save and continue. Okay, so the third step in this process is to configure our email receipts that the customers will receive. So this is super easy to do. If you currently have a business logo and you want to add that to your receipt, you can do that by clicking the attach file button here and either upload or select one from your media library. I'm going to select this logo right here from my media library. And then I'm going to click what should be the select button down here, but something's a bit weird with that. Okay, next, check your from name and from email address. So I can change the from name to remove the business coach section, just leave it as the person's name. And then the from email address, I'll just type one in there. And then below that is the email message your customer will receive. And you can see it's quite a simple message, but there are a few things in here I want to point out. So these things in the curly brackets are tags, and they pull information from the information the customer enters when they purchase a product from your store. So this message is pulling the person's name. And then as you can see, it's adding a download list. And this is the list of files that are part of that product, and also a site name. I think it's perfect as it is. So we're going to move on. I'm going to click save and continue. Okay, so we're now in step 4 of the setup wizard. And this is where we get the option to add more conversion and optimization tools to our site. So these are basically features and plugins that will enhance our site and allow us to sell more products to more people. There's some fantastic tools in here like WPML SMTP, Monster Insights, All-in-One SEO, and OptiMonster. They're all fantastic plugins and all will do an amazing job of helping you sell more on your sites and get your site in front of more people in search results as well. But for this video, we're not going to add these in. We do have videos on the channel that go into more detail with all of these plugins, so please check them out. For now, I'm just going to uncheck these boxes and click the save and continue button down here. Okay, so the final step in the setup wizard is actually adding one product to our store. So we're going to add some basic product details here, and then we are going to edit it so we can add more information and optimize it so that it engages more people and increases the likelihood of it selling. The first thing to do here is to add your product name. I'm going to type mine in, and then you get to add your product image. So I'm going to click the set image button here, and I'm going to upload an image of my product that I already have. So I'm going to click on the select file button and upload that file from my computer. Okay, so now the file's uploaded, you can see it, and then it's selected. So we can click the insert button down here. And now we can see that added to the product image field. With Easy Digital Downloads, you do get the option of choosing different pricing options for different products. And this is completely dependent on the products that you're adding to your store. So your options here are, you can create a single price product, which is a fixed price product basically. So one price for that product, or you can create a variable price product. If I click that button, you'll see, then you get to add different price options by clicking the add new price button down here. So I'm going to go with a single price product, but if you've got multiple versions of a product where you've got different downloads or different sizes of downloads, depending on how much someone's going to pay, then the variable price option is the one you want to use. And then you can add those prices in and assign them to different downloads. But I'm going to keep it simple in this video. I'm just going to add a single price of $49. Okay, so we've added the product name, the product image, we've chosen the pricing option, and we've added the product price. But how do we add our download? Well, to do that, you just have to enable the add your first file switch here. I'm going to scroll down, and now you can see you can give your download file a name and select the file you want. So I'm just going to copy the product name from up here and paste it in here. Now, something to say here about the download files you upload to your website. Please make sure you do it inside Easy Digital Downloads and not just to the media library. Easy Digital Downloads protects your files when you upload it through it. So that's the best way to do it. And I'll show you how to do that now. So we're going to click this icon here, the attach icon. And then we're going to go upload files tab. Click on that. Then select files. So now I'm uploading my file from my computer. So it'll be put into a protected folder on your website. Okay, so now we can see that the file has been uploaded. Just going to click the Insert into Post button to add that to the file URL field. And if you have multiple files for one product, you can add another file by clicking the Add New File button and then follow the same process. I'm just going to click Remove to remove that one from this product. And then once you're happy with the product that you've added and you're happy with all the information you put in, just click the Save and Continue button. And just like that, you've now got your very first digital product on your site. Like I said earlier, we are now going to edit that product so that we can optimize it to make it look fantastic on our site, add more information that's going to engage visitors and hopefully help that product sell. But first, we're just going to take a look at the downloads list so you can see what this looks like when you add more products. So all you need to do is click on Downloads here. And now you're on the Easy Digital Downloads page. And this is the product we've just added. This is a great way to have an overview of all the products you have on your site. Gives you the name, categories, tags, price, net sales, net revenue, all on one screen. To edit the product, all you have to do is click on the product name. And that's now brought you to the product editor. And the product editor, as you can see, is pretty much like the block editor for posts and pages, although it does have a few other settings for Easy Digital Downloads down here. And in the sidebar here, there are some other settings as well, which we're going to go through in a minute. But first, let's take a look at what the page currently looks like by clicking on the View button here and preview in a new tab. Okay, so this is what our product currently looks like. We've got that big image here of the image we selected for the product. And then we've got our product name and our purchase button right there, and not much else. So there's not much for people to go on right now, but we're going to change all that in the next few steps. So all we're going to do is click on Edit Download and go back to the product editor. And I'm now going to show you a simple and clean design that you can use for your product pages that will hopefully give visitors more information, but also boost sales as well. The first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to click in the space here, and I'm going to add a new block. And as we've got Spectra installed on this site, I'm going to add a container block. I'm going to go /, type container, and then hit return. Add that container to that area. And then I'm going to choose 2 columns. And basically what we're going to do here is we're going to get rid of that big image at the top. And I'll show you how to do that in a bit. We're going to now break this page up so that on the left hand side here, there's going to be an image or images, and on the right hand side, there's going to be a heading, price, a sentence about the actual product itself, then some bullet points that are going to show the benefits of that product, and then a call to action button as well. So first on the left hand side, we're just going to click on the add block button, and then we're going to type in image. And we're just going to add the same image that I selected earlier. So we're going to click on the media library, and we're going to select this image here. And then we're going to click on the select button to insert that image. Okay, so that's that part done. We're going to move over to the right over here, and we're going to insert our first block by clicking on the add block button. I might scroll down a bit actually. Click on the add block button. I'm going to type in heading. I'm going to choose this heading right here. And then I'm basically going to scroll up. Copy the product name and paste it in here. And I'm going to scroll down again. I'm going to hit return from this heading, and then we're going to add another heading. And this time we're going to add in the product price. And I want this heading to be a bit smaller, so I'm going to choose H3 for that heading. And then below that, we are going to hit return again. And this time I'm going to paste in some text I wrote earlier about this product. So it's a sentence that really describes what the product is and what it does. Okay, so we've added that piece of text there. And then I'm going to hit return again. And this time the block I'm going to choose is the list block. And again, I'm going to paste in the list that I wrote earlier. Okay, so what we have here now is that we have a heading. So it's a product name, product price, a sentence about the product, and then some benefits. I'm just going to click in here, and I'm going to hit return twice to open up a new space. And this is where we're going to add the other call to action button. I'll show you how to do that in a second. Before we do that, I'll add the description just below this. I'm just going to click down here. You can see there's a block to be open right there. We're just going to paste in the rest of the description. And this is more of just a general idea of what you can do. Obviously, you can follow the design principles that you have on your website and the style that you have. I'm just giving you an idea of what could work. We're going to come back up here. And I'm now going to create a little bit of spacing for everything so it doesn't clash, which I like to do on most of my designs. It's just add a little bit of padding around things. So I'm going to open up the document overview over here. And I'm going to click on the container drop down here, and I'm going to select the left container here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on style in the sidebar here, then on the spacing drop down, and then add 30 to the padding. And then I'm going to click on the container to the right and just do the same thing. So add 30 pixels around that as well. So now I'm going to close the document overview, and let's just take a look at the preview of the page. Okay, so we can ignore the top image here because we're going to change that in a bit. What we're looking at here is just this bit here. So that's pretty good. And we can see there's a button down here as well. We just need to add that call to action button in here. So to do that, we're just going to go back to our editor, scroll down. This is the area that we want to add that call to action block. In the sidebar here, we can enter the Easy Digital Downloads settings by clicking on the Download tab. And then to add another call to action button here, we're just going to scroll down and copy the purchase shortcode link here, which is going to insert the button. Just going to paste that into the space, and it automatically recognizes the shortcode and adds that in there. And then if we preview that again, you'll now see that that button is added there. And there's a button below right here, and you can add images, a lot more blocks here if you want and tidy it up and make it look amazing. But before we just sort this bit out, we'll just go back to the product editor and just go through a couple more easy digital download settings before this is finished. So here we just want to check the product type options. It's a single product. There are other options as well. The pricing option, enable variable pricing, is unchecked, which is correct. So it's a single price product. We've got $49 for that. And we've got the download files here, which we added. Just below that, there is an area to add download instructions. And these instructions get added to the purchase receipt once someone purchases the product. So if you've got some extra steps that someone needs to know about once they download the product, this is the place to put that in, and they'll receive that information with the receipt. On the sidebar over here, if we just scroll up a little bit, under download settings, we can see that there's a file download limit. So we can actually limit the amount of time someone can download a file. It's currently left blank, so it's unlimited downloads for now, but you can restrict that to 10, 20, 30 downloads based on your preferences. Below that is in the sidebar is the refunds section. The default refund is set to 30 days, but you can change that to 7, 14. Then we've got the button options here. So we can hide the purchase button, which is at the bottom of the page at the moment. We can change the purchase behavior as well by clicking this drop down. So we can either add to cart or make it a buy now button. Okay, so once you're happy with the settings that you currently have, click the save draft button here, save all those changes. And as we've got 2 product titles on the page currently, we're just gonna hide this one. And then we're going to preview the page as it is. And to remove this from the top of the page, all we're going to do is click on the WordPress customizer. Okay, for some reason this is looking a little strange on the side of the customizer, but we'll go with it. So all you need to do is click on the Easy Digital Downloads option in the customizer. And then scroll down to single product option. Click on that. Scroll up a little bit. And this download title area here, all we need to do is disable this. And that will remove that large image at the top and the date that was on there. I'm just going to change the header as well so that you can actually see it by changing the background color. And once you're happy with that, click the publish button. Okay, so now those changes are saved. We can exit the customizer by clicking this button here. And that's basically our first product page. So we've added an above the fold section. So the first section that someone sees, they see this nice image here. You've got a fantastic title, a big bold price, a sentence that summarizes what this product is about, and then some benefits in a bullet list along with a purchase button, and then additional information below that where you could add images and more to it as well with another button at the bottom. So once you're happy with your product that you've added, head back to the product editor by clicking on the edit download button up here. And now you can publish your product by clicking the publish button. And then you can double check it by clicking the view download button. Okay, fantastic. Well done. You've got your first product on your site. But how do your visitors navigate to these products? Well, for that, we need to add a page where we can house all these products and someone can view all the products that you have. To do that, what we're going to do is we're going to head up here and we're going to create a new page by hovering over new and click on page. And as this website doesn't actually have a store or shop or anything like that on it at the moment, we're going to add a shop page. So I'm going to call this page shop. And below that, in this space here, I'm going to type / and I'm going to add a block. I'm going to add the EDD products block by just typing EDD there and selecting it. And as you can see, that's now added the product that we've just added to the site. And this EDD products block will display all the products that you have, and you can customize it as much as you want. We'll just quickly go through a few settings. So I'm just going to scroll down so you can see the product as it is. And in the sidebar here, you can see all the settings for the EDD products block. You've got the downloads per page section. You can choose how many downloads you display on one page. You can change the number of columns to 3, 4, and more. We'll leave it at 3. You can order the products by date published, price, title, earnings, and more. And you can choose whether it's going to be in ascending or descending order by clicking that drop down there. To change how each individual product looks in the product block, click on the individual product settings. And you'll now see the options to change all this here. So we can choose to move the featured image to after the title, before the title, or remove it completely. I would recommend you have the image displayed. You can then choose the size of the image, so large, medium, or thumbnail. You can choose the image alignment. In the content part, which is this part here, you can choose to either pull from the expert, full content, or no content. I'm going to remove the content from there. And then I just want to have this price here and the purchase button. So I'm going to leave show price enabled, leave show purchase button enabled, but remove the price from the button. Okay, that's looking good. So once you're happy with the page that you've created and the way that your EDD products block looks, you can click publish to publish this page, then click publish again. Okay, so now this shop page is live on the site and the product in it are live as well. We're just going to add a couple of pages to the navigation menu so that people can find them. So we're going to click on the WordPress icon up here to head back to the dashboard. And in your pages section, just quickly, you can see all the pages that EDD adds automatically. So you don't have to add them yourself, which is pretty neat. Okay, so we're going to add a couple of pages to the navigation menu by hovering over appearance, then clicking on menus. Once you're on the menus page, I'm going to just add the shop and the checkout to the menu by checking those boxes and then clicking on the add to menu button. You now see them added to the menu. And when you're happy with that, just click the save menu button. And just to make sure everything's great, we're just going to visit the site. And you can see that the shop and the checkout are here. We're going to click on the shop page. There's our product that we've added. Okay. So we can click on the product itself. We can go into the product page, read the information about it. And we want to purchase. We can click on the purchase button. See, that's been added to the cart. And then we can click on checkout. And now our product is in the cart, ready for us to purchase. So that's how to easily add digital products to your site.